What do you think?
I think it's great.
Smell that air.
Woo.
Look at that one. And that one. And that one. And that one. Okay, what do we got here?
St. Helens right here. Is this it?
Yep. All right, what's the name of it?
St. Helens.
That's St. Helen right there.
Yeah. Mount Hood.
And that's Mount Hood, Hood River.
Mount Adams.
Mount Adams, Washington.
Jumbo Peak.
Jumbo Peak.
Mount Rainier.
Mount Rainier, near Seattle.
For the weather, we began the day at 50 degrees and ended the day at 77 degrees, clear sky and dry. It was Saturday, June 13th, 2015. Doug, our guide, picks up Andrew and me at 8 a.m. at our condo overlooking the Columbia River in Hood River, Oregon. We stop for gas and get lunch, then head to the staging area. Our guide lives in Hood River. He is also a windsurfer, so we have lots to talk about on the way to the trail. Pickup truck and enclosed trailer with KTM 250 SX for me, Husky 250 for Andrew, and a guide rides a Husky 300. All bikes are 2014s and already dirty. We brought our own gear, but he does supply gear if you want it. Doug, the guide, says he is an old trials rider just trying to have fun in retirement. He asks us what kind of riding we like and what type of riders we are. We tell him we want single track and we are good riders. He says that he has heard that many times before, but only to find out that others do not have the skills nor endurance to go some of the places. He gets all kinds of people. We tell him we can do most anything on single track. He is still not sure of our ability, so he is cautious about where he will take us. He tells us that everyone says they can ride, but when the tires hit the dirt, the proof is in the pudding. Wow! You see the trail winds up, and then we got 3, okay?
Uh-huh.
Take that far right one. The first day is a see what you can do day. He takes us up a hill, very long hill, with many switchbacks, roots, rocks, step-ups, side slope, and tells us if we can get through this 5-mile area that we will be good to go for the big boy stuff. I have to admit that with trying to adjust to this close ratio geared 250 with no auto clutch and being a 2-stroke, that it takes me about an hour to adjust to the bike and getting it through this terrain. As you know, I ride a KTM 450 with an auto clutch. After about an hour, I'm in hog heaven and focusing more on the GoPro. From this point, we continue ride the rest of the day until quitting time at 3:30. Back to the truck and then back to the condo. From the point when we first entered the trail at 9:15 until the time we got back to the truck, we traveled on single track 98% of the time. The trail entered the woods and crossed a dirt road about 2 or 3 times, but other than that, the riding was single track. When I say single track, I mean that some was only handlebar wide, but the widest parts were only about 2 to 3 feet wide. An ATV could not have gone where we went. The only people we met on the trail were a group of 5 riders about lunchtime. Otherwise, we never saw anyone. Total distance for this ride, according to Doug, 32 miles. That should say something in itself. Second day was like the first, 98% single track all the way up to what the guide calls the top of the world. I have to admit it was the top. We could see Mount Rainier, Mount St. Helens, Mount Hood, Mount Adams, and Jumbo Peaks all from one spot. This had to be the most fun adventure ride I have ever done. No, not rocks and gnarly like Moab, not at all like Colorado, and absolutely nothing like Georgia. I plan on doing this ride again someday. How about you?